And welcome back to the channel, Survivors. Today we're going to be diving back into the world of ARK Survival Ascended, as we did get some exciting news over the weekend here directly from Wildcard themselves via the most recent community crunch. And this information is directly related to a creature we talked about in previous videos here covering the news, and that is the creature Cosmo. And up until this point, Survivors have been in the dark as to what exactly all of the abilities are going to be for Cosmo, besides the line they stated in a previous crunch, a beacon of light. We didn't even know if that actually was going to be, a metaphor for just, talking about it's a beacon of light in a dark map like Aberration, or if that was actually going to be some sort of ability, and will that be the only ability that Cosmo has? Well, recently here we just got some light shined in on all of the abilities that we can expect that Cosmo will have. So first up here, Cosmo is not just any spider. I would honestly argue that it's the exact opposite. Cosmo is a very different spider than we've ever seen before, and honestly, one could probably hint to this spider being what has bit Peter Parker and given Spider-Man his abilities. As the first ability we have for Cosmo, when it relates to in the wild, it actually gives this jumping spider a clever defense mechanism. Cosmo has the ability to know when predators can be chased away by its glowing webs. And that same danger sense, aka Spidey sense in this case, also tells Cosmo to turn out the light when something dangerous is lurking in the shadows. And so now, once domesticated here, Cosmo's utility actually skyrockets. Your fuzzy new friend can gobble up the webbing of larger spiders to recycle it as ammunition. Then you can use it as a handheld web shooter to slow down incoming enemies, snatch up items from the ground, and swing around like a spider-themed superhero. Yes, you heard that right. It's like having your own personal Spider-Man on your shoulder in ARK Survival Ascended. And now, with that being said, and having a better understanding of Cosmo, or aka Spider-Man, if you will, now in Aberration, it's going to be very interesting to see how it's going to perform on a map like Aberration when it does arrive on September 4th. As I'm sure all of you guys are aware, the Aberration map does not allow flyers. Like, yes, we do have the Rock Drake, for instance, and a couple of other creatures that will have the ability to semi-glide across the map, but a full-on, a Pterodon or an Argentavis is not available on the map. So you're not going to be able to actually full-on fly, and I definitely think that I could see Cosmo's abilities in allowing us to essentially turn into Spider-Man for a limited amount of time, swing around the map. It's going to allow for a lot more flexibility when it comes to traveling options, and obviously reaching some of those high drop points for like the care packages, if you will. However, with that being said, I'm very curious to know what the ammunition route is going to be for these spider webs. Will we be able to endlessly swing across the map, or with Cosmo's ability to recycle bigger or larger spider webs, to make their own ammunition? I'm wondering if that's also going to cater in not only shooting its web slinger to pick up items off the ground or to slow down enemies, but also, catered into flying around the map. You're probably going to have a ton of spider webs, and I'm very curious to know exactly how easy it's going to be to recycle other webs from larger spiders. And so now, with all of that being said, the community is once again torn and split here until we actually are able to jump into Aberration and check out this creature, as a lot of people are already claiming here after checking out the official dossier that Cosmo is 100% pay to win, right? Obviously, Cosmo is going to be a paid only creature, so the only way that you're going to be able to get your hands on a Cosmo currently that we know of is buying the Bob's Tall Tales. Bob's Tall Tales obviously came out back with Scorched Earth, with the Frontier Adventure Pack, and then now the second portion of the 3 options that we have for Bob's Tall Tales will be arriving with Aberration on September 4th. So unfortunately, if you do not buy this pack, you will not be able to get your hands on a Cosmo. So obviously, the community is torn, the community is split once again, as people do not want ARK to continue down the pay-to-play route, or the pay-to-win route. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like Wildcard has it in their cards, pun intended, to make any changes to the pay-to-win aspect, at least not here looking in on Cosmo's abilities from an outsider's perspective. And with that being said, Survivors, that does officially wrap up what we currently know and the big news here related to ARK Survival Ascended. I'm very excited to know what your guys' opinions are down below in the comment section. Do you think Cosmo, from what we see right now in the official dossier, is going to be a full-on pay-to-win creature? And for players who do not purchase this pack, especially on official maps like official PvP, will it give them a large disadvantage compared to players who do pay for it? I'm just very curious. Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything ARK Survival Ascended related. I apologize today for not having any sort of headshots or talking headshots or, my camera setup in general. I did officially get the studio all set up and ready to go, and the only thing I have left to do now is set up my computer and hook up all of my lights, and I just simply ran out of time over the weekend. But nevertheless, guys, thank you all very much for tuning in. Have a fantastic Monday, and I will see you guys on the next one.